Okay, so remember the first step with these is always to identify what you're given and what you want to find. So for this first problem, we're given 2.3 times 10 to the 25th atoms, and we want to find grams. The things we know is that there are 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms, which is equal to 1 mole, which is equal to the molar mass. So we're going to use this information in order to convert our given atoms over to molar mass and our grams. This is called a two-step problem because you can see if I'm given atoms, I'm going to need the relationship of 1 mole is equal to 6.02 times 23 atoms. And then I'm also going to need the relationship that 1 mole is equal to the molar mass. So I'm going to next calculate the molar mass of zinc hydroxide. So using the periodic table, you find that the molar mass of zinc hydroxide is 99.41 grams. So I have shown here the problem being solved with 2 steps. But since 1 mole is equal to Avogadro's number and 1 mole is equal to the molar mass, I can actually put this into one step by having the molar mass be equal to the atoms. I'm going to do that in blue next. So notice how in blue here, these 2 setups are technically exactly the same, and you should get the same exact answer. Just in case you set up 2 ratios and solve for x, I will show that in green. No matter which of these 3 ways that you set the problem up, you're going to get the same answer. So check your answer right here, 3,880.62 grams. Pause the video and try to do a couple of these on your own. On the next problem, it says Neha has 110.5 grams of iron, 2 nitrate. How many moles does she have? So again, identify what you're given and what we want to find. So this problem, I'm given grams and I want to find moles. Well, I actually know a relationship between grams and moles. I know that the molar mass of a material is equal to 1 mole. So I need to calculate the molar mass of the material so that I can use this relationship to solve and find how many moles I have. So I get a molar mass of 179.953 grams. So now I start with what I'm given, 110.5 grams of iron nitrate, and I'm going to multiply it by the relationship I know between moles and grams. So I'm going to take that molar mass, I'm going to put it on the bottom because I don't want grams anymore. I'm going to put that 1 mole is equal to that mass. I'm going to put the 1 mole on the top so that I can solve for moles. In blue here, I also have the cross multiply. So we would cross multiply and then solve for x. No matter which way you do this, you're going to be taking 110.5 and dividing it by 179.953, and you should get the same answer. If you think you're ready, go ahead and pause the video and see if you can do some on your own. So for the next problem, I'm given 1.02 times 10 to the 24th atoms, and I need to find grams. So I know the relationship of atoms to moles, and I know that 1 mole is equal to the molar mass. So those are the relationships I'm going to need to use to solve this problem. So since I need to go from atoms all the way to moles, this is technically a 2-step problem. So I have it set up as 2 steps here. Atoms, I know 1 mole is equal to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms. Atoms goes on the bottom so that I cancel out atoms. Then my next step is going to be using the relationship that 1 mole is equal to the molar mass. I'm going to put 1 mole on the bottom, and since I want to find mass, my molar mass is going to go on the top. I do have in blue where we combine it. Since 1 mole is equal to the atoms and 1 mole is equal to the mass, I can actually set those equal to each other because there would be 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms in the molar mass of the material of carbon. Since I don't want atoms, I put atoms on the bottom. Since I want to find grams, I put grams on the top. No matter what, you should get the same answer if you put it into your calculator correctly. So you should get 20.35 grams of carbon. So again, pause the video if you need to. A great way to practice this is to erase everything, try again, and then come back here and check and see if you did it correctly. For number 4, we need to go from molecules to grams. So I know that 1 mole is equal to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. So since I'm starting with molecules, I'm going to divide by molecules, put that on the bottom so that molecules cancels out. I also know that 1 mole of the material is equal to the molar mass. So I'm going to need to calculate the molar mass of AlF3. So it's 83.976, and I can put that on the top since that's what I want to find is my grams of this material. So I put my molar mass on top. I can also break this into just one because 1 mole is equal to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms, and 1 mole is equal to the molar mass. If I start with molecules, I'm going to put my molecules on the bottom of 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, and I'm going to put my molar mass on the top. Either way that I do this, I'm going to calculate the same way and get the same answer. And you should get right around 4,882 grams. The next problem, I am given grams and I need to find out how many molecules. So I'm going to start with my grams. I'm going to put my relationship that 1 mole is equal to the molar mass. Then I'm going to use my relationship that 1 mole is equal to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. I do have in blue, it's set up as just one step. Either way, you should get an answer of 6.066 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. So for this next problem, we're given grams and we need to find out how many molecules. So we know the relationship that 1 mole is equal to the molar mass, so I calculated the molar mass, and I used that in order to get to moles. Then I'm going to use the relationship that 1 mole is equal to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules, and so that way my answer will be in molecules. I can combo that into one relationship that the molar mass is equal to the number of molecules. My mass goes on the bottom because I want to get rid of it. My molecules goes on the top because that's what I want to find. No matter which way you set this up, with 2 steps or just with 1 step, you should get the same answer. 1.13 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. Now, if you haven't tried one on your own yet, I would pause it before doing the next one. Try and do it on your own and then check your answer. So for this problem, it asked me how many grams are in a certain number of molecules of ammonium nitrate. So I know since I need to find grams, I'm going to need to find the mass of 1 mole, which I have set up here. I've also identified for myself that I need to go from molecules to grams. And so I want to remember that I know that there are 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules in 1 mole, and I know that 1 mole is equal to the molar mass. So these is the pieces of information that I'm going to need in order to solve this problem. So the molar mass of ammonium nitrate is 80.06 grams. And so now I've got every piece of information I need. I'm going to start with what I'm given, 7.5 times 10 to the 26 molecules. And since I don't want molecules, it's going to go on the bottom. I know that 1 mole is equal to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. And since I don't want moles, I want to get grams, I'm going to put the molar mass on the top. So as you can see, this is a 2-step problem, but I have combined it in red into a 1-step problem. No matter what, you should get the same answer of 9.97 grams.